Alrighty lads, welcome back to another one of these videos. Super pumped as always to continue this momentum moving forward, as today we touch base on all things what is healthy masculinity. Very powerful question, and I know if you're watching this, it's been a burning question for you. Something you may have discovered yourself, and this is a unique perspective that we bring forward from all the teachings we have learned through the brotherhood space. Now, before we jump into it, make sure to click like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know below what you receive value from, how you receive that value, and how you're now going to implement this into your life. But as always, without further ado, let's jump into it. Alrighty, so this was a question I pondered with for many years, right? And I think in the beginning of my journey, it was something I didn't have an answer to. And a lot of guys who come into the brotherhood space too are sitting with that question of, what does it even mean? You know, we've got society today saying that masculinity is toxic. And as we always say, masculinity is not toxic. It is usually what is toxic is hurt individuals who then hurt other people, right? And that can be male or female, right? So in its essence, it's not toxic. However, we are going through an evolution of an understanding of what does healthy masculinity mean, right? Because, you know, I know even for myself, growing up, it was, what was the middle ground between the bad boy and the nice guys? There was times I went more down the bad boy path, but then felt out of alignment with who I truly am, and then went completely the nice guy path, which was, we can say, sacrificing myself at the sake of others. So there's sacrificing others at the sake of yourself, or burning others for the sake of myself, or burning myself for the sake of other people, right? It was kind of like, where's the middle ground on this? How do I find a way to feel like I can be truly my authentic self without falling into the pattern of either or, right? Now I'll have the answer to that in a second, but it might be something you sat with yourself too. You know, maybe you went through a period of your time. I know for me, in teenage years, was very much nice guy, then went down the more kind of bad boy path, and then went back to the nice guy. And what does that mean? Well, we could say the bad boy is completely at your own, as we said, it's very much, burning others for the sake of yourself, right? So we can say self-centered, and then we can go the nice guy is selfless. But at the core, they really are still self-centered, because it's like by being nice, you're trying to gain some sort of an outcome, right? And then the bad boy also comes from an insecurity and almost like a performance, right? So then the foundation of all of this, of building this moving forward, of really stepping into your own unique masculine expression and authentic expression, which is what it's all about, is really focusing on bringing that mission to the world, all right? Your own unique mission, discovering the purpose and channeling towards the greater good, and channeling towards, bringing your gifts fully to the world. And that may take a process of going inwards and discovering, who am I? And as we'll flow onto the next page now, as we talk about, what type of man do you want to become? And that can also be the foundation. It's what are the qualities? What is the life I want to lead? And then also, who are those examples around me in which I can start to at least mirror off of? But at the end of the day, it really comes down to coming inwards within yourself and really discovering who you are, your own unique strengths where you need support rather than weaknesses, and start to channel that towards a mission or a career or something that gives you deep purpose and fulfillment, right? And that generally takes a long time, right? But it's through that commitment and through that journey and through that quest that all those unique qualities of who you are start to have an arena to express themselves. Right, now, as we say, healthy masculinity is having the capacity to be both strong, but also gentle, right? We can say, very much it's a marriage of masculine and feminine energies within, right? The alchemical marriage, as they call it. So it doesn't necessarily mean we have to lose these foundational qualities of masculinity, which is strength, assertiveness, discipline, leadership, courage, honor, right? All these foundational, incredible qualities, whilst also marrying them with the capacity for love, compassion, emotional intelligence, flowing and gentleness. So there's the structure and then there's the flow. And understanding that it's not a one-dimensional way of being, but even you as a man become a multifaceted way of being. You become a multifaceted being, a multifaceted individual, a multifaceted man. Right? So, and we call this then the marriage of the Joker, the lover, the magician, the warrior, and the king. 5 main archetypes of mature masculinity. Right, so the Joker or the jester being that fun, loving spirit, right? Sometimes life can get serious, but it's important to bring that lightheartedness into life. And the lover, which has been an aspect I've been exploring more of. And in the beginning of my journey, we can say the brotherhood journey, I was very much in touch with the lover, but then was, we can say, void of an integration of the warrior energy. Right, now the lover and the warrior cannot be expressed healthily without the integration of both of them. They both complement one another. Right, the warrior without the lover disdains weakness, is detached from his emotions. The lover is completely in touch with his emotions and flows with life, but can lack discipline and the ability to be assertive and speak your truth and set boundaries. Right, and then that deeper magician is the seer between worlds. Right, also very much a creative force in line with the lover as well. Creative energy is able to assist in building worlds. Right, and the warrior is the part of ourself most certainly, which then actually builds the world, takes action, and disciplines ourselves also in the physical realm, and is able to kind of pull out that sword and draw the line and go, hey, these are my boundaries. With assertive, beautiful compassion, right, I'm able to go, this is my boundaries, please do not cross it. All right, this is a no-go zone. Alrighty, and then the king, which is the true steward of your mission. We could say that's the last archetype to fire online in mature masculinity, and very much that father energy. Right, and as we start to understand these, and I'll also make another video, maybe next week, another video going deeper on these, because they have both light and shadow aspects. But even start to doing your own research, it's like, oh, okay, what do these aspects mean for me? How can I start to integrate and express them and uncover them in my own unique way, in my own unique expression? Right, knowing that all of them create a totality and a wholeness to who I am as an individual, as yes, a soul, but also as a man on purpose. Coming down to, right, and it's so cliche, but the answer is always self-love. Right, it always comes back to that. It's like, I just can't love myself and I don't know why. Right, but actually as I start to deeply love and accept myself, and that's a journey, right, in which, well, can also start with self-respect. So that's doing what I say I'm going to do, having undeniable, stackable proof that I am who I say I am. And that is through a long period of time, but also knowing, yes, we do need a fire under our bum at times, but it's more of a supportive push than rather a kick up the ass. And speaking to ourselves as we would to a 6-year-old, and knowing that, yeah, we are all after nurturing. And all relationships are reflective of the relationship we have with ourselves. So yes, there is something to be said for taking that time and going, hey, I'm doing a good job, acting supportive to myself. Not acting, but being supportive to myself. Right, I'm really starting to, nurture myself and look after myself and to be my own best mate. Because the more I have love and respect for myself, the more I will step into the truest and most authentic version of myself. Because what will really matter is what I think about myself and what I feel about myself. And then from there, the opinions of others start to fade away, because I really start to step in and come back to my own self-resources and my own self-resourcefulness, and I become self-reliant. That doesn't mean I can't lean on other people, because we certainly do need other people there. But I really start to, as I said, deeply connect to who I am as a man, right? And really starting to ask yourself the question, what type of man do you want to become? And making it simple for yourself, one step at a time, but listing those qualities, maybe going through and going, okay, what are the qualities in which the Joker aspect of myself is expressed in? What are the qualities that the lover aspect of myself is expressed in? What are the qualities of the magician, the warrior, and the king? And then I'll get a clearer indication of how these are expressed in my life. Right, so solidifying, lads. You are allowed to be both. You're allowed to be strong and you're allowed to be gentle. And you don't have to choose one or the other, But as you really connect to who you are as an individual, these start to express themselves in a more natural way. And yeah, it's a far more attractive and a beautiful way of living, because you start to fully step forward with deep self-empowerment, deep self-strength, and most certainly a deep self-respect and self-love. So lads, any questions, please feel free to shoot them below. I'd love to hear what has your journey been with your own awakening or understanding of what healthy masculinity means for you. And if you do want to be a part of our community, make sure to hit the link in the bio. You can get a 7-day free trial to join our Brotherhood Academy, where you can join fellow team members and warriors like yourself on the path, and where we touch base on all of this and many, many more. As always, the mission beckons, the mission calls. Let's fucking go.